Okay, so this is, again, always for my younger sisters here. Do all you can to stop reproducing these monsters. Okay? These most likely gang members gang raped a woman. 6 of them gang raped a woman, beat up her boyfriend, robbed him, and eventually the case was dismissed because the woman and the man decided not to testify. And we know what that is. And since they don't want to testify, most likely because they were intimidated, because this is how these monsters roll. There are only 3 of them here. So what happened to the other 3? What happened to their gang units that they're probably a part of? So all of a sudden the case is dismissed. All this evidence they had, it doesn't matter because the victims won't testify. And these monsters are back out on the street. So you look at what your womb is producing, and you wonder why people are mad at black people. This is what your womb is producing. So you need to decide whether you want to continue to participate in this madness, continue with this cycle, reproducing these monsters over and over again in the same conditions that are ripe for producing monsters like this. Being a baby mama, being a side chick, being intimidated into prostitution, having a man who beats you up and beats up your kids and cuss you and cuss your kids, putting them in an unsafe situation that they can be molested and they could be hurt and these are destroyed individuals who are monsters terrorizing people around them. This is what your womb is producing. So what are you going to do about it?
Against a group of men accused of gang rape and robbery.
It was an event that left the neighborhood fearing for its safety. 7 Action News reporter Tara Edwards explains why these charges were dropped.
The suspects, 22, 17, and 18 years old, were all in court today ready for their preliminary hearing when, to many people's surprise, the charges were dismissed. The families of the men charged watched as Chico Bruce, Antoine Orr, and Jordan Reese appeared in court when all of a sudden the case was dismissed.
Your Honor, at this time, the people are unable to proceed. The female complaining witness in this case is refusing to prosecute at this time. I have had contact with her and her mother yesterday as well as today. In fact, I just had contact moments ago. With respect to the male complainant at this time, he's also refusing to prosecute. The investigation will be ongoing. At this time, Your Honor, I would ask that the dismissal be without prejudice.
With no witnesses willing to testify, attorneys say there is no case. Last month, a 21-year-old woman and her 22-year-old guy friend were walking along West McNichols near Wyoming when they were approached by 6 men. One of the attackers pulled out a gun and forced them into an alley. Police say the couple were stripped of their clothes. The woman was then raped, her friend assaulted and robbed.
For a case of this magnitude and with this much publicity, for it to be dismissed, it is a little surprising.
The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office says they are conducting further investigation. The suspects could still possibly face charges.
The descriptions were off, I can tell you that, especially of my client.
No, it wasn't.
The descriptions didn't fit my client's description. But as far as the other 2, I really can't comment on those.
Originally, all of the men were charged with 19 counts, including first-degree criminal sexual conduct, kidnapping, and unlawful imprisonment. But again, all the charges have been dismissed. At the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, Tara Edwards, 7 Action News.
Did you all see those black women sitting in the court seats? The families for the accused? all those black women sitting there, putting their faces on the news for these monsters. As long as you keep producing these monsters and keep defending their actions, the community will always be the same. Stop the madness. That's all I got to say. For the younger generation, if you can't find a good black man who's going to be a provider, a protector, not calling you a bitch, a hoe, or this or that, mistreating you, do not reproduce him. You find somebody else of another race if you have to, that's going to honor you so you can honor them with reproduction. Stop producing these monsters.